Good morning. So today's video is going to be about single earrings. So if you are new here, my name is Emma. I like to upcycle broken jewellery into new jewellery, so that's vintage as well as modern, and I also buy and sell vintage and repair it. What I'm going to do today is I've purchased this large bag of single earrings. So each one of these is different and it's a nice mixture of modern and vintage as well. Purchased these from Vinted, and what I'm going to do is we're going to tip these out and have a look and kind of pull out some of my favourites, and then I'm going to show you what you could do with them, so how you could upcycle these into new pieces of jewellery. Let's get stuck in. So we're going to start by tipping these out and having a good look at what we have. There we go. So they're all different kinds of earrings in here. Ooh, I can spot some nice vintage ones. I haven't actually gone through these yet, so I will be picking my favourites out as we go. So some of these will be for pierced ears and some will be clip-ons. Now this one I spotted in the listing photographs. So the lady had put these in a bag and then taken a couple of photographs. And look how beautiful that is. So it's a beautiful sunshine, and it's quite large actually. There we go. And that one would have been for a pierced ear. So that's pretty cool, like that. What else have we got? Ooh, we have a bit of vintage enamel. Looks like a little bird and some flowers. We have rhinestones. We've got some funky plastic. Oh, I saw this as well in the listing photos, and this caught my eye. So this is actually glass. I don't know if I can. There we go. And it reminded me of a cactus. So the top section there is a clip-on. But then what you could do is, it's just attached with a jump ring here. So you could detach that, and then you could use the different sections in different things. So that's pretty cool. What else have we got? Ooh, now then, if anybody watches regularly, you'll know that Art Deco is one of my favourite eras. Look at that. Just going to zoom in a little bit. How beautiful is that? This section is very Art Deco in design. And I think this is a glass cabochon. So that was a single earring, but as you can see, it's a good 3, nearly 4 fingers in size. And then on the back, it's kind of a gold tone. It's probably gold plated on brass from what I can tell. Needs a bit of a clean up, because you can see here that there's some dirt in the ridges there. But that would make a really nice pendant just on its own. So that's not a bad find, is it? I quite like that. That'll go on a necklace, I reckon. What else have we got? Oh, that's quite sweet. So that one is like a little cluster, little, I don't know if they're glass or gemstone. Looks like a cluster of grapes. Quite possibly they might be garnet, which would be nice. Lovely. We've got, oh, look at that. That's pretty. That's like a purpley blue colour. Reminds me of peacock's feathers. What else do we have? Oh, that's quite a big chunky one. There we go. And this, I think, is an early kind of plastic. I'm not sure if it's Bakelite. I might actually have to give it a test just in case. I can't see any kind of seam lines on it. There is a little crack in it there. But again, that might make a nice pendant actually on a necklace. Not bad. We have a little bit of abalone shell. I love how there's so many different materials and colours and things that I wouldn't necessarily usually pick up. I'm usually drawn to kind of the same kind of thing. Oh, look at that. That's nice. So that's just missing the top section that would have Made it into an earring. It's like a little chandelier of beads. That's beautiful. What else have we got? Ooh, that's pretty. Another bit of enamel there. And cream, gold and black. And this one actually has some cutout detail as well. So what you could do with this is you could add some jump rings here. You could turn it into a pendant. You could turn it into a bracelet. And all you would have to do is remove the spike section at the back there. And usually if you give them a good wobble, that should just come off quite easily, and then you could just sand the surface down just to make sure there's no rough pieces. Oh wow, look at that for a sparkly one. Absolutely beautiful. That's gorgeous. That would make a nice pendant as well. And it's got a little hole just in the top there where you could attach a jump ring and turn that into a necklace. Some really beautiful pieces in here. That's another enamel one with a funky pattern. What else do we... Oh, this is beautiful. Sometimes it does make me sad when I go through these single earrings because I wish that the other one was there, because some of these are just so beautiful. But then that's the joy of being able to upcycle, is that you get to turn these single earrings that would otherwise be discarded, thrown in the bin, end up in landfill. You get to play around with these and then give them a new lease of life and a new design. So that could be taken apart and used in a different jewellery piece. What else have we got? Oh, that's quite a big chunky one. Again, that could be another pendant. In fact, that's almost the same size as that one. So this is definitely one of those earrings that I wish there was a second one too. How funky is that? And that bottom section hangs down. Really, really nice. There's that one. And then this one as well. I wish this had had a matching earrings. It's got these lovely, this is brass that's been hand cut and carved to have these little designs on, and then these little beads here are bone, and I'm not sure what that one is there. That would look quite nice as part of a necklace, or you could strip it and take each of these off and turn those into bracelet charms. That'd be quite a good idea. There's so much you can do with this stuff. I hate to think of it ending up in landfill. It's such a shame. And then what you could do is, I used to do this when I was younger. I used to wear, I was a bit of a weirdo. I used to wear odd socks to school. I used to do anything just to be a little bit different. And I used to then do the same with earrings when I got my ears pierced. So I used to wear odd earrings. I used to wear a stud, and then I would wear a dangly earring on the other ear, or I'd wear different coloured studs and mix and match them, which is what you could do with these. If you really just wanted to wear lots of different earrings, you could do that with these ones and just have hundreds of different combinations of wearing them. What else have we got? Oh, that's quite nice. Nice big chunky one. That's a clip-on. I did think I spotted a bit of silver in here somewhere. Ooh, that's another Art Deco shape. Now, where was that bit of silver? I'll have to get my testing kit out so that I can give it a little test. So this is the one that is potentially silver and probably has a little bit of onyx in the centre there. It doesn't have any markings on, but it looks very, very silver to me. So I will give that a test and give it a good polish as well and bring it back to its shine. Beautiful. I can't believe the variety that there is in here. Look at that. So that's a two-tone one. So we've got a gold tone and a silver tone. We have some beautiful beaded earrings. That's absolutely gorgeous. It's got some glitter detail in there as well. We have this one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And again, it's just attached with a jump ring, so you could take those sections apart. So I managed to pick this whole bag of single earrings up from Vinted for £6, and then there was postage and protection fee. So I think it came to £9, just short of £9 in total. And the bag itself weighed 575 grams. But if you see, there's so many different items here. This is going to keep me busy for a while. Lots of upcycling potential. So I'm looking forward to using all those new single earrings, so much so that yesterday I decided to polish up the Art Deco one, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's such a shame this wasn't a pair of earrings. But look how beautiful that is. It's shone up, absolutely beautiful. So this section is like a really nice light antique gold colour. And then it's got a glass cabochon on the top. Now, I did do a little Google image of this and it did come up. It would have been a designer pair of earrings and the other earring would have been signed on the back. But what I'm going to do is, since it's cleaned up really, really well, is I have got myself a nice gold tone paperclip chain. I've got my jewellery pliers and I've got some gold tone jump rings as well. I usually have loads of these because I have them in all different sizes for different jobs. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to detach this section from the top, trying to find where it opens there. There we go. So that I can reuse, that'll go in one of my tubs. And then now you can see that there is a loop on the top there. So I have my jump ring. I'm just going to open that up. It's such a miserable day here today. It's absolutely chucking it down. There we go. So the jump ring is on. And then I'm just going to find the middle of this necklace, which is there. And then I'm going to open the jump ring a little bit more because it needs to be a tad wider just to slot onto the chain. Tovy Dog's in the background. She's feeling sorry for herself at the minute because she went for a teeth cleaning and they took 6 teeth out, which we weren't expecting. She certainly wasn't expecting it either, bless her. And they took the 4 little ones from the top and then 2 from somewhere else, which we think are maybe down the side or towards the back. And then she's got a checkup tomorrow, a post-op checkup. She's got some pain relief that I'm giving her daily. So we've got like a syringe and I just put in some food for her. We had to give her soft food because she usually has hard food. She has like solid little biscuits. But obviously her mouth will be quite tender at the minute. So she's been having some treats. She's been having some pumpkin. She loves pumpkin. And that's actually really good for the digestion as well, I was reading. Right, so here it is. How gorgeous is that? So from one single earring that would probably have just got thrown out or stuck in a drawer or what have you, it is now a beautiful pendant. And that is something I would wear, so I think I'm going to keep that and enjoy it for a little while. But I'm really chuffed with how that's turned out. You should have seen the muck that came off it. It was absolutely filthy. Beautiful. So that's just one simple thing you can do, particularly if you've got quite a big earring that you can turn into a pendant. Or you could even do, instead of a charm bracelet, you could do a charm necklace and attach lots of little single earrings around. That'd look quite nice. Right, I'll show you some other examples. So these are some of my handmade pieces, and if you know me, you'll know that nothing goes to waste. So everything on here has been rescued from somewhere. So if I hold this up, there we go. So it's a charm bracelet, and each of these sections has been rescued from somewhere. So the beautiful owl on the bottom, he was a pendant from another necklace. These beads were rescued from necklaces. That little leaf came from a key ring. That section there with the owl on, that was an earring, a single earring, which I took off and have attached and refashioned to here. So if I just undo it, you might be able to see better all the different sections. So that's one thing that you could do with your single earrings. And then last year I made these for the Witches' Fair, and these went down really well. So these are like an assemblage style. I called them totem necklaces, I believe. So it's just on a nice cotton cord with some slip knots. And then it's a nice gathered pendant. So this section here was a curtain ring, which I've upcycled. And then again, all these sections here have been rescued from vintage things. So the love heart there, that was a single earring. So it was on a strand with some beads, and I've taken that off and reused it in the necklace. I love these kind of like clustered necklace looks. I like how they've got like lots of different elements to them. So that's another example. This one is another charm bracelet that I made, and I did these in different colours. Now, some of the pieces on here are handmade. The beads have all been rescued from other bits of broken jewellery. There's silver on here, but this one's got quite a few single earrings on. So if I can find the end. Oh, I don't want to get it tangled. There we go. So the leaf and that bit there is the toggle section. And then all of these parts have been rescued. So for example, that one there, it's got some gemstones in it. And you'll see on the back that it is stamped 925, and that was a single sterling silver earring. And I think there's another one on here as well. Yep. That section there, that little sunshine with, I believe it's got amber in the centre. That was a single earring as well. And what I've done is I've just got a length of chain, and then I've just attached all of those charms on there to make a bracelet. And I love doing that because this is a one-of-a-kind piece, so nobody else would be wearing this. This is the only one in this style with those different elements on. So if you're into kind of unique and things that are a little bit different, then that might be your cup of tea. And then this is a brooch that I made, and it's a double brooch. So I love anything Art Deco, as I've said before. So this is a double brooch that I've made out of buttons. And then what I've done on the back is I've attached these brooch pins, and then all the sections have been rescued. So this was some leather, upholstery leather. That little cabochon in the centre there came from an earring, so that's a little piece of mother of pearl that I've stuck on. These two are buttons, really large buttons. And then the same on here, we've got a lapis cabochon that was an earring. We've got a slice of mother of pearl there, and then I've got them attached with a little bit of chain. So that's just another idea for you. There's so many possibilities. I mean, I love to upcycle. I love kind of spreading everything out and having a good look and thinking, oh, that'll go with that. And, you know, endless possibilities. It's fantastic. And then nothing ends up in the bin, which is amazing. Now, if you are wondering how you might attach things, so for example, if you've got a piece that doesn't have any holes in it, doesn't have any loops on it, what you can do is you can purchase these stick-on bails. Now, these are not expensive. You can get them on eBay, you can get them on Amazon, and they are little stick-on silver tone bails. You can get them in different colours. You can get gold and rose gold, copper, bronze, But these are fantastic. So they've got a surface where you put your glue on. So I use jeweler's cement because it's really, really strong. And then as you can see, it's got the hole there. And you would attach that to your charm, to your single earring, and then it provides you with a loop then that you can then hook that onto things, use a jump ring to attach it to a bracelet or a necklace. And then the other thing that you can do if you didn't want to purchase any bails is you can create your own. So as you can see on here, if I hold that up, this section here, because obviously this was a button, so there was no holes, only the holes in the centre. So I got two pieces of wire and twisted them together, made a loop, and then I've stuck that on and I've covered the back with some leather just to finish it off. And I've created my own bail, so that's another option for you as well. Just depends how confident you are working with wire and shaping things. So there we go, that's the many, many things you can do with single earrings. Right, that's me done for the day. I'm back to playing nursemaid because Dave, bless him, Dave is in bed with COVID. Tovey is in bed recovering from having 6 teeth extracted. I'm starting to feel a bit worn out as well from kind of, you know, keeping up with everything and running around. So I'm going to put my feet up, I'm going to have a cup of tea, and I shall catch you on the next one.